submarine cables, and thereby meeting customers' aspirations and expectations can be easily attributed to him. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Tiwari from Tata.
Well, dear IMEWE family, in fact, I mean, it's a great pleasure, I would say, for all of us to be here today. In fact, or I should say that we were disappointed when we could not do it on 13th of December at Lebanon, for whatever reasons, but I am happy that finally we are celebrating this project today here in Dubai. Now, Mr. Amiri has amply, told all of us that how the journey of IMEWE started from Dubai. Now, I would just try to take you to a different facet of IMEWE, that how IMEWE kept becoming more and more strong with the shock it got while its journey till today. So, as Mr. Amiri explained, that the idea of the IMEWE itself was started by Tata Communications. The reason for that was very simple, that at that time BSNL was taken over by Tata Communications, and they wanted to grab the most of the market in India. For that, they were looking for the strategy by which they could get the good price point for the bandwidth. So Tata Communications was indeed willing to spend more than 50% in the project, and we were looking for two or three partners. So we decided, why not? The best are our friends, Saudis and Etisalats. So I talked to both of them, and they were very happy to meet. First we met here, and then second meeting was in Delhi. And when whole idea was explained, I think in Saudi, as Mr. Amiri mentioned, then somehow it came out that. And another thing, that it was not supposed to be a consortium cable at all. It was supposed to be a private cable to be managed by 3 operators between India and France. So that somehow that idea didn't go well with our other partners, and it was decided to include more partners to it, and that is how we invited T and TIS. So we became 5, we became stronger. Now, that time Mr. Demeti, I must mention that it was suggestion of Mr. Demeti to invite them, and then Mr. Demeti also said that, oh, now situation is no more the same as used to be, and now we have to take the license in Egypt for passing through. That was something new to us, and he said that I think only 2 or 3 licenses are going to be there. One already has been awarded, so only 1 or 2 are remaining. Let us hurry up quickly. Let us write the application to NTRA and try our luck. We kept on, I think 2 or 3 trips we made to NTRA. We met Honorable Amr Badawi, if I remember correctly, and we presented our case, but somehow nothing came out. Of course, they never said that they will never do it, but end result was that we could not get any license. Then we were discussing with our colleague in T's what to do, how to go about it. Then one day suddenly, I just discussed with Mr. Nawawi that, why don't you allow us to ride on your license? You have a license in Egypt, we can ride on your license. Now, after 5, we became 5, and then when it became the consortium, then we thought that it's not enough, because 5 were not enough, because financing is required. FI alone cannot produce 500 million. So then the new partners were were attempted. I would say Mr. Dameti tried 3-4 partners. He did good convincing of IMEWE in Middle East, and we get Saita, we get Syria, we get other country, I'm forgetting the name. Even I think Lebanon also perhaps goes to Mr. Dameti's credit. That is how this came. Even after so many, Bharti came. Now, that's another story that Bharti was brought with so aim that there won't be any competition to IMEWE, but it so happened that Bharti was in and competition also was in. That's a different story, but yeah, that is how Bharti was in. In spite of all this, so many operators inside, we could not finally find enough contributions from all of them to have that requisite, whatever, 480 million or whatever, budgeted amount. Then again, I remember Mr. Dameti's suggestion where in Align. Mr. Dameti came to the rescue that if we do this way, then things can happen. He came up with a new benchmarking for the parties to contribute, and luckily all of us agreed to that formula, and then we could see the project through. After that, it's weird. Now, while CNMA, you heard good story from Mr. Amiri already, how we had a problem in signing CNMA. That was a very, very anxious day for me because, not day, night actually, I should say, because if I tell this to anyone else, the news will spread very fast that there is a problem, and then everybody will get worried. That was my problem. But I can't digest this news myself. That's how I had to go to Mr. Amiri. And let me add that whenever I'm in trouble, I always go to Mr. Amiri. And though I don't get immediate response, but I get very good response. Whenever Mr. Amiri gives, he gives a good response, good solution, and I think it works. Thank you, Mr. Amiri, for that. You had been always a good source of help to me while carrying out the responsibility. Then when project was assigned to Alcatel, everything was going on well. Then suddenly we had problem in Egypt. Our links were not going through. In spite of the best efforts from our partner TE, they were trying their best, but somehow situations went against us. And in fact, it took very long time for us. A time was there even we were so frustrated that whether we should call this project as dead. We were thinking like that then we were not seeing any end of the project. But we kept on maintaining our, I should say, patience. Unlike others, we didn't lose our patience. We continued to push on a very, very friendly way to our friends TE, and we kept on escalating the matters. And we met the chairman TE, I think more than once for that. Then through them we also met Minister of Communications, and then we got finally the good news that something happening. That is how the northern route was through, and eventually we could commission our system with one leg. So, but I would only want to say that with every such obstacle, we never lost our strength. We kept on improving, and our strength increased. One incident I will not forget to mention. We were so desperate for northern route approval, so desperate, that I think Mr. Nawawi was coming from Japan, and I was coming from somewhere else. I got call or SMS, I forgot, I got a communication that approval has been received. I was so happy. I immediately flashed to my colleagues and also including my boss. I told that approval has come. And in, I think 2-3 days time, it turned out that it was something else. It was not the desired approval, and it was a great disappointment among all of us. But we still continued to maintain our patience. And I remember I was in one of the Cochin meeting when finally I got a call from Mr. Mr. Nawabi that yes, now really it is there. I asked him more than once, is it really there? He said yes, now it is really there. I can't express that day how much I was happy that at least something is now going to happen. Now, when everything else happened, then there were some repeaters failed before RFS. That was another shock we got, which delayed, of course, our RFS, but I think we came out of it, and finally we could commission the system. We were about to, as I said, we were planning to get the system inaugurated in the Lebanon, but we could not do it. But we could commission the system on 10th of December with the help of all the parties. So, in fact, in the end, when we see and think, it gives us a lot of pleasure that yes, we went through very turbulent last 5 years. We went through very trying 5 years, but in the end, I think we all are happy. We should not forget that IMEWE is the only contemporary system which is working in all respect today. Leave aside some minor problems, but it is completely commissioned, including both the two segments in the Egypt. All our contemporary systems do not enjoy that kind of, I would say, luxury. Today it's a luxury. And again, for that, I thank our colleague in Egypt, Telecom Egypt, for helping us, helping IMEWE in whatever way they did. But eventually, they achieved that for us. Thanks. Well, now today is a day for enjoyment and for Thanksgiving rather, I would say. So, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Amiri, as I said, that he had been a great source of help to me in all these 5-6 years. Whenever I was in a problem, he was ready with a solution. I would like to thank PG chairs who indeed worked very well. They negotiated the good contract. Unfortunately, Mr. Ibrahim is, I don't know whether he is here. Mr. Ibrahim played a very good role when we were negotiating the contract, and very intelligently and diligently he brought out so many issues and we thrashed them out, and as a result, contract was pretty good. Then, of course, it was taken over by Mr. Hamad and Mr. Neeraj Katiyar, who did exceedingly well, and that is how we could complete the project in the proper time. I also would like to thank all subcommittee chairmen, our MC members, whose wise advice alone could see the project a reality and a success. I would also like to thank the members of various subcommittees who contributed in a very intelligent way to their subcommittees, on whose recommendation MC could act and could come to a very good decision. I cannot forget the contribution of Mr. Demeti, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Nicola, who were with us from day one, practically. I remember Mr. Nicola when I had not met him earlier, but I can't forget when we had first telecon, and Mr. Nicola was very excited. Oh, we are going to meet in Egypt. We had the first meeting actually with Madam Torki. So before that meeting, I remember that even in my ears, even today, that Mr. Nicola's voice is alive. The kind of enthusiasm Mr. Nicola was showing towards the project. I would like to thank our suppliers for the project who did a good job for us, and I would expect from them to continue to give us the same kind of support, because project is not for a day or a year or so, it is for 25 years, and this relation has to continue for at least 23 years, if not more. And we hope that relation only would grow, would become more and more sweet and more fruitful. And once again, I would like to thank Etisalat for this wonderful, arranging this wonderful evening, this wonderful program, which made us to get collected together and to be happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tiwari. And now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the trophies to the party representatives of the companies that have contributed to the successful completion of IMEWE. I would now like to call Mr. Amiri and Mr. Tiwari to come and join me on stage as we present each company's trophies. Mr. Tiwari, Mr. Amiri, please. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for these two gentlemen who will be presenting the trophies for all of us? Right, I would like to start with Tata Communications. Tata Communications is a leading global provider of a new world of communications. With leadership position in emerging markets, Tata Communications leverages its advanced solution capabilities and domain expertise across its global and pan-India network to deliver managed solutions to multinational enterprises, service providers, and Indian consumers. The Tata Global Network includes one of the most advanced and largest submarine cable networks, a Tier 1 IP network with connectivity to more than 200 countries, across 400 POPs and nearly 1 million square feet of data center and colocation space worldwide. Well, that's quite a lot. Without further ado, I would like to request Mr. Amiri to present a trophy to Mr. K.P. Tiwari. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to Mr. K.P. Tiwari. Thank you. Okay, from Bharat Airtel, Mr. Amit Vyas. Unfortunately, they could not join us this evening, but can we please still have a round of applause for Bharat Airtel, who are not here with us this evening, Mr. Amit Vyas. And now for Etisalat. Etisalat is a leading telecommunications corporation catering to consumers, businesses, international telecommunication companies, ISPs, content providers, and mobile operators. Etisalat operates in 17 countries in Asia, Africa, covering an area 2 billion people, with a total number of subscribers of 167 million in 2011 across landline, mobile, and internet services. Etisalat is the largest comprehensive provider of carrier and wholesale services in the region, with points of presence pop in New York, London, Amsterdam, Frankfurt, and Singapore, providing a truly global reach through our extensive regional and intercontinental network. Etisalat is also the major hub in the Middle East for internet, voice, mobile broadcast, roaming, and corporate data services. I would like to request Mr. Tiwari to please present a trophy to Mr. Amiri. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Amiri from Etisalat. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to France. Telecom Orange is one of the world's leading telecommunications operators with sales of 45.3 billion euros in 2011. Present in 35 countries, the group has a customer base of 226 million customers as of 31st December 2011, including 147 million customers under the Orange brand, the group's single brand for internet, television, and mobile services in the majority of countries where the company operates. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon Mr. Oliver Barthux to please come on stage for his trophy to be presented by Mr. Amiri and Mr. Tiwari. Mr. Oliver, can I kindly request 2 small minutes of a nice speech from you, please?
So it's a bit impressive for me. I'm not a good speaker, so I will make it short, but thank you so much for having organized this great event. Thank you to Rogero for this amazing trophy. And it's very impressive. I'm very, very glad to be part of this special event, and Orange France has always been playing a big role in the submarine cable. So the adventure was there, and I also remember the big nights in Rome. And the signature, I think, has been very important for a lot of people. So I've been working quite hard on the different aspects, from finance, from contractual, and now for the management committee. And I must say that tonight is a bit special to me because this is my last meeting for submarine cable, as I will be moving also. So thank you very much. It's a great ending of my job here, and wish you all the very best to everybody. Thank you.
That is definitely a nice finish to his career with FT, France Telecom's Orange. Right, moving on to Rogero. Rogero is the operator of the landline telephony and broadband services, national and international, of Lebanon, working under the contract with the Lebanese Ministry of Telecommunications. I would now like to call upon Mr. Tawfiq Shabero from Rogero to join us on stage for our appreciation.
Well, first of all, I would like to say that this trophy also belongs to my friend, Dr. Imad, who has been my companion and partner over this long period of time, and whose efforts are also well recognized by IMEWE. So thank you, Dr. Imad. Second, it is a joyful moment. It is always a joyful moment when you see something that has been worked on very hardly over several years, completed in all aspects. So this is very good. And third, and finally, I would say that the most valuable asset that I earned from IMEWE is really the friendship of all the gentlemen who are sitting here and their colleagues with whom we have worked and maybe were not able to be with us today. To refresh what has been said also by Mr. Amiri and Mr. Tiwari, we have become family. Therefore, I would like to say congratulations to all of us and congratulations to the IMEWE family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tawfiq. And now from PTCL, Pakistan Telecommunication Company Limited, PTCL, with its all-new slogan, Hello to the Future, is all set to redefine the established boundaries of the Pakistan telecommunication market and is shifting the productivity frontier to new horizons. PTCL owns more than 31,000 kilometers of optical fiber OFC network connecting more than 1,200 cities, towns, providing voice, data, and video services through 270G bandwidth. PTCL is successfully maintaining its leadership position in domestic telecommunications markets. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to call upon Mr. Syed Muhammad Imran Ali to please come on stage and receive his trophy.
Thank you very much, MC Chair, MC Vice Chair. On 10th of December 2010, when it was announced that IMEWE is operational, my CEO asked me that what you are going to do on it. And I said, activate 10G. That was the level of capacity that I activated on that cable. And I think it was the first 10G that was operational on that cable. This shows the demand of that cable in Pakistan. And our IP capacity is doubling more than 300% over the last 3 years. So we see that this is going to be a long way that we are going to get benefit out of this cable. I want to thank all of my colleagues in this hall for the support that we have received over the past 5 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to Telecom Egypt. Telecom Egypt is Egypt's only provider of fixed-line voice telecommunication services and one of the largest providers of fixed-line services in the Middle East, connecting to more than 60 countries worldwide with more than 160,000 kilometers of submarine fiber cables providing unique international connectivity to its international customers. Telecom Egypt has provided to the IMEWE systems diversified across the Red Sea and Mediterranean seas through Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call Mr. Mohammed Saro to please join us on stage to receive his trophy.
Good evening, everybody. It's a very pleasant moment today to witness the completion and the success of this project. As Mr. Chairman said, that we had some tough time, especially in Egypt. And thank to God and thanks to everybody who contributed in the success of this project with the wise leadership of this project, the MC chairman and the vice chairman and the chairs for the different subcommittees, with the contribution and the hard work for Telecom Egypt, and all of the employees who worked hard on this project to be a reality and to be success. It's really very pleasant and joyful moment today to witness and to read